lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful Homestead, Miami Speedway. I'd have to say Sim Racing Media Network's probably favorite track. But aside from that, we're here for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Myself, Angel Santiago, joined by my broadcast partner here, Troy Thomas. Troy, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, Angel. I hope you are as well.
I'm doing pretty darn good myself. I apologize, everybody. We were just kind of got caught up talking, and then I even said, "Hey, well, let's talk about this race." And then after a moment, I'm like, "Well, I forgot we're supposed to be going live, or we are live, and I just didn't switch us over. So let's just go ahead and go live and talk about this." Troy, without a doubt, Homestead, probably one of the best tracks in existence. Let's just be honest.
Oh yeah, the Homestead. Multiple grooves. You can just basically run the car anywhere to have a good race, as long as you don't push it too hard and wear your tires out.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game tonight. And I know we talk about that a lot. These Xfinity cars, it's what makes these races so fun. But really, it's gonna be a race of saving tires when it comes to Homestead. It's a tough track. We'll go over quickly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Finish up a second.
No, finish up because we're gonna go over to the grid.
And it's so easy for these cars to get loose coming off the
gosh.
corners as well. So you don't want to slide that rear out at all. But anywho,
I love to have the rear
grid.
flying out too off of these turns. Yeah, the pace lights are off. I know we're about to go green here. So Logan Joyner on pole, and I'll say that correctly this time. Nathan Mann gonna be in second. Todd Slauson in third, and Sean Dunaway. Todd Slauson in third. Sean Dunaway there in fourth. Lee Campbell fifth. Nash Pointer going to be row number 3. Row 4 is Brandon Honeycutt, Andrew Teft, Dennis Kane, and Jesse Fox going to make up your top 10. We'll go through that for now. And get ready as the iRacing.com pace car is going to go down pit lane here. Or maybe not. There it is.
On cue.
Barty the flag man. He's got the flag green. We're ready to go green. 105 laps in the third race here of the playoffs for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, as we've got 15 cars headed down into turn 1.
And Logan Joyner's right on the bottom of the racetrack now, white line, and Nathan Mann's up top in the third lane. So Logan easily slides up in front of Nathan. Not much contest right there at the start of the gate here.
Yeah, teammates as well. Started 1-2 last week, hoping for a little bit of a better finish here this week. And you see Nathan going to join him right down there on the bottom again. You see them come off of 4, though. We'll see how many of them are sliding.
Yeah, ooh, look like somebody got the wall a little bit. I think it's Nash.
Yeah, and Alex loose there off of 4 as well.
It's so easy to do that, though. Cold tires, and this track's slick, so
yeah, this
won't be the only person we say be doing that tonight.
This is one of my favorite tracks, as mentioned, and I jumped in. Ooh, you see Lee Campbell there real loose off of 2. I jumped in for some practice laps beforehand, and I know that it's unfortunately going to be the full fuel load, not what they got. Yeah. But my goodness, it was just so loose off of these corners, and it really took about, I felt, maybe 5 or 10 laps for the tires to kind of settle in. But in those 5 or 10 laps, if you weren't just careful with your car and those tires, yeah, the next 15 to 20 are just going to be absolutely hell on earth for you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just got to, you can't push it too hard on these cold tires. So, like I said, 10 laps in, that's when they start really getting racy. So, right now, everything's calm on the racetrack, it looks like.
You see Logan Joyner, he had a 33.51 that previous time. We'll see if this time probably going to be another fast one.
Yep.
33.41. His teammate Nathan Mann right behind him at 33.52. So, of course, also going to be clear that some fresh, clean air on the front nose of your Chevrolet, your Ford, or your Toyota is going to be very, very helpful tonight, because Logan's got it. Or, man, he's just pulling away right now. He's got some pretty good speed.
Yeah, the clean air is king on any mile or above racetrack, to be honest with you. You got to get clean air, and you feel like you're Superman. Nobody can touch you, but as the front 2 are pulling away from our third place car, Sean Dunaway here.
Nash Pointer. Nash Pointer got a little bit loose, but he's blinking in and out. We're not able to focus in on him.
Lee Campbell there behind him, and Sean Dunaway right there. They balance for position for the third position, actually. Lee looks in the inside of Nash Pointer going to 3 right here. So
yeah, a little bit of a crossover. Had a good run there off of 2. Going to try to get to the bottom, but I think Nash is just going to carry that really good momentum there off of the high side, off of 4. And it's my prefer. And you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, it's where are you comfortable? And for me, I like to be on the outside. Put me up against the wall.
Yeah, you got to keep your momentum up here at this racetrack. I know we say that a lot of different racetracks, but Homestead especially, that outside line just gets so good of a run coming off a 2 or 4. You want to have a car working high there in the late runs as well.
Yeah, that's a car that you can have, to move around, because you mentioned if we get a late restart where, you are trying to battle someone, you got to be able to put your car in different spots and be successful. You can't just have it in one area because someone takes it away. What's going to happen then? As you see the 5 Nash Pointer looking to the inside of Sean Dunaway, but Sean's going to get right to his outside to that right rear quarter panel. He'll hold him off there.
Fight the back on the outside. It's just such a run off of 2 there. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing much you can do if you're the inside car.
Such a run. Nash went to the outside in 3 and 4. Said, "I want some of that going down the front."
I want to try this. I want to try this high side out on you now. As behind you see Todd Slauson and Lee Campbell batting. Let's ride with Nash.
He actually gonna go with him on the outside.
I mean, just look at your different lines you're running. The front 2 is there on the bottom, and 3 and 4 place cars are running the high side. I mean, that shows you how great this racetrack is actually.
And I think he's gonna get to the outside here, but I think one thing as well that's not, something that we talk about, on broadcast often is that the practice conditions compared to the race conditions for these drivers. Practice was in the evening. Nonetheless, that sun was out, and it's the Florida sun. Regardless, it's hot, so it's cooled down at least somewhat for these drivers. I'm gonna say, track temp wise, where right now it's there's gonna be more grip in the track than even they were ready for.
Oh yeah, more grip in the racetrack means faster the cars.
Well, that also gives sometimes that false sense of security, as that 5 is able to slide up in front of the 0-1. Wow.
Sean Dunaway comes back underneath Nash right there. And you see the track temperature right now is 78 degrees, so I mean, there's some grip in this racetrack right now, and we got a wind at 9, so that shouldn't be too bad. But
I think you ask any one of these drivers, they'll tell you there's no grip in this racetrack right now. That 0-1, can he slide up in front of him? Oh, he's gonna do it!
Oh man,
what a great slide out there!
Gutsy move early in the race right there, but good move by Sean Dunaway right there.
Yeah, the 5, is he gonna? Man, he got right up against the wall. I don't know if he touched it or not, but wow, what a run he might have down the front stretch.
These guys are racing like it's 5 to go.
Yeah, he's going to go right down to the inside. He's going to use that momentum, try to take it. 0-1, he's going to have to drive in a little harder here. Keep to his right rear if he wants to be able to stay right with him, and I think that's going to be able to work there. Oh, he's going to blink out a moment. We'll go to the...
Oh, that shot looked worse than what it was, I guess.
This is a great shot here to see as one goes high, one goes low, and you kind of just see, the 5. Oh, man, no, the 5 just does a great job of just sliding up at the middle of the corner at the perfect time. That's how you run. And he's a little loose there off of 4, but though in order to run that high side, you got to go in high, but you have to be able to kind of just let it come down. Just there's a bump there in the middle of 3 and 4. Once you hit that, you can just glide right off of it.
Oh, you let off just a little bit early, make sure your car can rotate, but you can get on the gas so much quicker than the car inside to give you that great run off the high side. So the Kyle Larson line will be full effect tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see as these drivers already right now we're looking at over more or less about half a second off on between fastest times and their most recent times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
fall off here is no joke, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're looking at well over half a second for a lot of these drivers, and then you have to wonder for Sean Dunaway in the 5, where they've been battling hard for 5 laps now, and where's that going to affect them? But then you saw Lee Campbell battling hard earlier as well.
Yeah, that's where's that going to leave your car at the end of the tire run right here? So, I mean, as of right now, there's no really big movers in the field yet. Everybody's kind of in the same vicinity where they started their race, so nobody's really pushing hard yet, I believe.
No, we've got. Lawson has lost 3 spots, which is, a little odd, but also, he started in 3rd, so starting on the inside, kind of going into turn 1, and it was a big mess of cars there. Remember, we saw Lee Campbell and all them battling.
Oh, Truth Hope gets a little loose.
Oh.
Able to save it, though.
Nice save.
It's so easy to do off the corners, though.
Man, something on this paint scheme, the way, for some reason, just got that front end, it almost looks like he's got, some
tape or whatever.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, Alan had an issue here. Oh, it's loose. It's loose. It's loose. He's chasing it all through there.
Alan.
He's chasing it all the way around. That's a hard hit. Nothing you can do there.
Unfortunately, the wall helped him out on that one.
The wall helped him make that decision to go to the beer stand first.
Yep, he's like, all right, I'm Al, the first one out to the beer stand. You said is the front two are nose to tail. Is thought Nathan was going to look on the inside of here, so.
Well, so here's also the situation where Nathan can kind of just play that role of just keep giving him that boost, of pushing that 34. There's no, there was no need to make that pass. So anytime he had a good run, he can just kind of give him a little bit of a push, kind of send him back out and keep him out front. And so with them pulling away to what is now almost a 1.5 second lead over Sean Dunaway, it will allow Nathan Mann to take the lead at one point. Of course, I'm sure here 2 wins back to back doesn't necessarily need a third win, but I mean, you're in the playoffs. You want to go win a championship. You're going to take the win. Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, Logan, I'm sorry you haven't been able to show up to all the races, but, and you're not competing for a championship, so I need this first.
Yeah, because, Nathan Mann came into the 20-points lead over Andrew, who entered the race, and Todd Slauson there in third, who was 23 points behind, so Nathan's probably just biding his time, just out a nice Wednesday evening, afternoon drive right now. No need to push it because you got your teammate in front of you.
Yeah, and then Andrew back here in the 7th position in that number 98 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, he's only up 1 spot so far in the race, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, you did mention it. There's just not a lot of big movers so far. I mean, and
usually we see somebody up 5. Oh, that Dennis Kane about lost his off at 2 as well.
It seems to be all right, but Todd Slauson now looking to the inside of that 14 of Lee Campbell, and he's going to get to the inside here off of 4 possibly? Nope, he's just going to keep. Here comes Tef, though.
Yeah, brought Andrew into this battle right here, so Todd's wanting that 5th place position right here as he come off a 2.
Yeah, trying to gain some of those spots back that he lost previously again, as we mentioned, so.
Side by side going in turn 3. Right on that white line as Todd as he car drifts up a little bit, but he's able to clear a lead coming off a 4, so give the 5th position to Todd Slauson now.
Yeah, Todd gonna move back up and gain a spot back to what he had lost previously. We'll look to another battle here. You see Andrew Teff now has Brandon Honeycutt hot in his bumper there for that 7th position, looking to swap those positions back to where they were when they started.
Yep, don't look too far behind Brandon Honeycutt either. You got Brandon Sanfilippo behind them looking to join this fight as well.
Sanfilippo joining in as well, yeah. So right now the 98 looking for Lee.
Got a nose in there as they go down the front stretch here. Drag race to turn 1. Andrew's probably going to put it in deep. In deep, yep.
14 put it in there pretty good too. I think 98 maybe just backed it off a little bit, but
Yep.
He's going to be able to make the pass, and I think the 13 might.
Oh
yeah, the 14 going to smack the wall there. That'll make it easy for the 13 to make that pass.
Yeah, he did. Wow. Lee Campbell lost 2 positions going down the back stretch, so Horn racing early hurt his tires because we're 21 laps into the opening run of this tire run here, and I figured we around 30 to 35 laps on the tank of fuel.
Well, yeah, there was quite a bit. Then he's going to go ahead and let Brandon Sanfilippo go there as well. So now actually your biggest mover is Alex Teff. He's up 5 spots.
Yep, to 10th position, so.
Are you showing a black car for him too? I don't know why I'm showing just a plain car for Alex tonight.
Yes, and at least on my screen it's I guess it is tonight. He's just a plain black screen is Brandon Honeycutt, and I thought Sanfilippo was going to get in that mix with Andrew Gordon for the 5th or 6th position.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like those tires have held up well for Andrew, and I think what we're looking at for a fuel run, probably 30 some odd laps.
Yep, I believe you're correct.
Because it was 52, I think, with a full fuel load is what I.
And 75, so it's probably, I guess, 30, 35 maybe.
I can't do math. Not now.
No, we don't do math here.
Nope. I'll pull out a phone. Hold on.
It's been many moons since I've been in a math class.
Honestly. Okay, we can expect somewhere between 35 to 40 laps maybe.
Okay. But man, would you rather have them fresh tires though?
Oh my gosh, please get me those fresh feel good. So if the fuel run goes to about 40, you just split it up into threes, right?
Yep, so 40 would make a 2-stop race.
Yeah. No need to extend it to 40 if you don't really have to, because we'll make this say about 35 laps.
35 would make it a 2-stop race as well, so
Yeah, so
plenty
stop
of
at
options for these drivers tonight, that's for sure.
35 and 70, and it's just so difficult because you're so quick on the initial run, but then we've seen a lot of times when it goes green that sometimes staying out a little longer actually works out in the long run because of just the tires at the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure these front two are they're not going too hard right now as they got a 3-second lead over our third place position, Sean Dunaway. So, a track, and you want to keep that track position as well, or gain track position for that fact. Do you want to pit early to gain positions, or?
I know everybody says that, yeah, give me an opportunity to leapfrog them, but at a track like Homestead, at a track like Darlington, I would rather stay out an extra couple of laps if possible. Maybe hope for a caution, but I'd rather use it on the long run. I want to do, honestly, just different from everyone else, I guess, because if you're with everyone else, you all have the same tires. But if you're, if that group of 3 or 4 cars all has the same tires and they're still battling each other, if I'm behind them, I'm gonna catch them and pass them. But if I short pitted to get in front of them, they're still gonna pass me at one point.
Yep, you're gonna lose it on the back end. So I'm like you. I'd rather have it on the tail end of the run than the short run speed.
And I'm also generally good with saving tires as well, so it helps me to be able to stay out those extra couple of laps.
Ah, man, Nathan, all over his teammate Logan Joyner here, so.
He's going to want to get some laps led at one point as well.
Let's get a bonus point at least, so. I'm sure that'll happen. I mean, they are just almost 2 tenths quicker than the third place position of Sean Dunaway.
Well, while these drivers figure this out, and before we get an opportunity to have our first pit stops of the evening, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break here of the night, and we'll be right back with some our first set of caution. Of pit stops, hopefully.
Uh-oh.
I said the wrong thing, huh? Oof. We'll be right back, everybody. No worries. All right, everyone, we are back live here from Homestead, Miami Speedway for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Logan Joyner and Nathan Mann, teammates over at Budweiser Racing, I'm not going to lie to you guys, they're putting a little bit of a whooping here on the field.
Yeah, they're putting on more than a whooping, that's for sure. I mean, they're the only 2 cars doing the 34s, although it'd be the high 34s. So, I mean, they laid it to them tonight, that's for sure.
Man, and here it is, Dennis Kane. He's going to be the first driver down pit lane a couple of laps before, but we saw him as sideways as he was, so maybe I don't blame him for coming in when
Yeah, he
now.
he probably spun them back tires a little bit on that save, but
And it probably wasn't the first time.
no, because we've seen a couple cars do that tonight coming off of 2.
Man, I was almost ready to joke, and I think next time, or any races that we do at Homestead from now on, especially in these Xfinity cars, we should require drivers to have white gloves. I think would put it on a very entertaining situation.
That would be perfect.
So we'll see if we can get an idea of what these guys are like right now.
That would be perfect. Car, there we go. I think he's just very content and riding behind Logan Joyner at the moment.
That's exactly what he is. He's just he's content to be where he's at.
I mean, shoot, they almost got a 5-second lead over the third place car, so Nathan might be thinking points instead of race wins.
He's got to be thinking points without a doubt. But the extra points for winning though, that I like that more.
Yeah, oh yeah, trophies are good too. It looks like Todd Slauson and Lee Campbell is pitted.
Yeah, that's gonna put them back into the 12th and 13th positions, with Dennis Kane now back in 14th. We'll see that tire difference be pretty significant, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, so I think they down almost a second and a half from their fastest laps. First, and here they come.
Here it is, your 2 leaders, first and second, coming down pit lane.
Lap 35.
Oh man, right on cue, huh?
Hey, we might have guessed that one right for a change.
Too bad I can't drive.
Yeah, that's both of us.
Oh man.
Sean Dunaway takes over the lead now, as Nathan Mann and Logan Joyner get some fresh rubber and a fuel tank of fuel.
Just putting on their right sides, coming down for their lefts. We have to hope that they didn't speed coming down pit lane either. Here comes Sean Dunaway.
Hands it over to Brandon Sanfilippo here.
And Sanfilippo, what a job he's done, tire saving wise. He was behind Andrew Teft, if you remember, and Brandon Honeycutt. Now he's 3.5 seconds in front of Teft.
Yeah, wow. I mean, he's a heck of a driver, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Got a couple of wins under his belt this season himself. So, or a win this season, sorry, under his belt. But he's coming down pit lane. Oh! Was he speeding though?
That might be some damage on that car now.
That's gonna be damage, yeah. But all you gotta do is come in and take that fast repair. If it goes green, it doesn't matter. The question is, as long as he wasn't speeding.
He's gonna be close. It looked like he was, but
Brandon
I'm
Honeycutt,
not gonna say nothing.
He stayed out here. And then let's see. All right, so 20. Okay, here he is now. So he just is coming down pit lane. You saw them going into 1 and 2 at that time. So we'll see where they come across. And I think that, man, they already had a what was that? Almost a 4-second lead.
Yeah, that was almost a 5-second lead when they started pitting.
Let's see what it looks like when they get when they come back across.
So he's at the start-finish line now.
There it is. Ooh, a 33-34 for Logan Joyner.
he ain't messing around tonight.
He said, "I'm not waiting for you. I'm not waiting for you, Nathan, no more. I pulled you away from the pack. You can have second, but I'm gone."
Yep. No, we're not handing you over no lead tonight or no win. So.
Wow, what a lap.
I mean, Nathan ran his best lap at last lap as well. So.
33-40. 33:48, and then what's incredible is the fact that he would go and do the same thing at 33:49 the next lap.
I mean,
Nathan. So these guys just putting down some blazing fast laps. Sean Dunaway though would put down his fastest lap of his race. So and he's out here in the 4th position now. He pitted after, and he's 11 seconds behind. What a difference.
I mean, we always talk about tires, and as you can see in the times of the times on the leaderboard there, I mean, tires make a difference.
And we talk about the second run being so key. Just got to make sure that we're not having any problems with that. You're overdriving it here in that first run.
Yeah, the second run is your big run.
Or second run, sorry. Yeah.
It looks like Brandon did have a speeding penalty. Sanfilippo there.
Yeah, that much you would probably assume.
Yeah, he had left the pit lanes in 1:22, so
yeah,
he came in pit lanes
mm-hmm.
hot.
And then something happened to Richard Odie. He's still on pit lane. Don't know what happened. I don't really see anything across my board.
I don't see nothing on my...
Yeah, to indicate why.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him right now.
Let's see. No, this is him on pit. No, but the car looks fine here.
He missed his pit box, but still, yeah, he's... Huh. Interesting.
No, that's what I wanted. All right. Well, he's still in his pit box too. So I don't. Do you see any damage on this?
No, I don't see no damage. I mean, we've seen this drive his car sideways before.
Yeah. Well, maybe some technical issues that could be.
Nathan Mann's got the lead down to 3/10 now.
All the while, they pulled off to a 7.5 second lead over Todd Slauson.
I mean, that's deflating to the competition, you know. It's bad enough when one car just dominates the race, but when you have two of them from the same team,
makes you wake up tomorrow and say, "What do I got to do to get to that point?"
Yeah, because we got 2 more races after this for the playoffs. So I mean, for the championship. So
whatever anybody in this race should be doing is saving this replay and watching over their steering inputs for the entire time. Anything you can learn.
Oh yeah, practice. I need to do that myself, but
well, it's easier said than done, of course. You know, there's a reason why. Again, I talk about being in the broadcast booth and not out there, not driving.
Exactly. That's why we're up here.
I don't. I can't drive. I did my first oval race. Actually yesterday. A league race. Man, for the first time in like 2 months probably. The truck's at Atlanta. That wasn't that bad.
Oh wow, I should.
105 laps, only 2 cautions.
Wow, that's impressive. I mean, next week the guys go to New Hampshire.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited. We go from my home area here in Florida, all the way up to the Northeast where I'm from. From Connecticut. So, New Hampshire would be my home track.
And then we go down to Richmond, to crown a champion in 2 weeks.
Man, I'm excited for that. That is going to be so much fun.
That's almost a perfect racetrack to declare your champion.
I mean, Richmond. Who would have thought? I mean, Andrew, of course, but who else would have thought Richmond for your championship race?
I would have never thought of that. But kudos to Andrew thinking of that. I must say.
These are just not easy cars at all to do it with.
No. No, Richmond's tough. It can be hot and slick as well. So, even at nighttime.
Is that race at night or I don't know.
Let's see here. I think it is at night. had it pulled up right here. Yes, sir. It's at sunset.
Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Afternoon for New Hampshire. Well, of course, you got to that. And you know, New Hampshire is one of those underrated tracks, in my opinion. It's again just a track that people forget. It is a lot of fun if you can get some green flag runs there. It is so much fun. I love racing in New Hampshire.
Yeah, either you hate it or you love it. I'm not a fan of it personally because I am no good at flat racetracks.
I'm no good either, but I like it.
But sometimes you can have great racings at tracks like that. So
I see the way that 5 was pedaling it there off of 4. But no, yeah, great racing you can have off of those. I
mean, Phoenix. Look at Phoenix, so
we can't jump on board with the 5. He's blinking in a little bit too much, but I want to see if we can get a good view of how sideways he's getting from the front end view of 0-1.
Oh, he gets in there, don't he?
Actually,
look at.
You saw the front end just kind of shoot up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Hard throttle. Right to the inside. Oh, hold on. I can do this right. No, it doesn't look the right way. There was a right suspension piece, but it just doesn't look the right way. But
we'll have to move the camera, point the camera towards the inside of the car next time.
Yeah, I don't got moving cameras here, everybody. I'm sorry.
We need to hit Jonathan up for some remote control cameras.
He's going to fly down to Florida, or he'll get here to Florida. He'll hit me for that.
Yeah, there you go.
We do mention, of course, sorry. Go ahead. We are approaching that halfway point.
Almost halfway, our top 2 have just almost over 9-second lead.
I'll give it to Todd Slauson, though. He pit a couple laps earlier than 3 laps earlier than Sean Dunaway, and here he is still 3 seconds in front of him. While Sean has just got some a little bit of competition from behind there with Nash Pointer, who pit 2 laps after him.
Yeah, Todd pit on lap 33, and then Sean was 36, and Nash was on 38. So Todd's holding his own on them old tires, as we see Brendan and Honeycutt and Alex Teff battling.
There it is, a pass for the lead.
There it is.
Man, oh man, I'm not gonna say anything, but we just got to the point where we are now at the halfway point of this race. Right, 53 laps, or 50, yeah, because it was 52 and a half. So
yeah,
Logan would lead the first 52 laps exactly. So that now if Nathan Mann happens to lead the final end of this race and win, he will still lead the most laps and get that extra bonus point for it.
Wow, I mean, a point here and there adds up,
If that isn't well timed by teammates, I don't know what else could have been.
Team orders, maybe, I don't know, but they did it while they had a 10-second lead, so they could mess around a little bit,
I mean, if I'm Logan Joyner, I'm honestly saying that. I'm like, man, you're going for a championship. I'll lead as many laps as I can, and boom, I'm out. Go ahead and get the laps, get the most laps led, get as many bonus points as you can, because, I mean, you mentioned it. We do go to New Hampshire next week, where we never know what could happen at New Hampshire. So,
I mean, he's got a 23-point lead, and you're not really safe yet.
No.
Like you said, you got New Hampshire and especially Richmond, so short track race and the bumpers will get used up. So
they do, which we do love. We do love to see those bumpers getting used. It's
on a good show for us
and for you guys, of course, the fans. Thank you as always for joining us here. But no, we had of course quite the season so far that it has been for at least for this Xfinity series. A lot of great action we've had, but there was that stretch for a little while where Nathan was just not having some great races, and they included a flat track like Pocono. Mostly Pocono's pretty flat. And a short track like Martinsville. So could those be where that's where Nathan's like, hey, you know what? I've got these wins, but look at these 2 tracks, that I struggled with earlier this year. So let's go ahead and make sure that we can maximize the points that we're getting before I got to get to, similar tracks.
Yeah, is the flat tracks his kryptonite? Is it Superman's kryptonite or the short tracks? I mean, who knows? As you pointed out, Martinsville and Pocono, so he might be thinking get build up that points league as much as he can, and he's doing what he has to. I mean, he's winning almost every week lately. It seems like so.
Oh, maybe not short tracks. He did. He won at Iowa, I guess. So.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's doing what he has to. It's just up to the competition to figure out what they need to do to catch up.
Let's see. Throw his times that he's racing the Xfinity, and the Xfinity car as a whole for Nathan Mann, not just for Racers Elite, but overall. When it comes to short tracks, let's see, he's got one win, and I would say that is that Iowa win. So
Iowa, it had to be.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it may very well be that kryptonite for him.
I mean, a lot of good drivers, we all like to be out front leading, but sometimes when you get into traffic and everything, your car just doesn't handle like you think it should. I mean, you're so used to being up front leading and everything, not having much, racing for position, but then you have a couple of bad weeks where you're stuck back here in the traffic, and you're like, man, and you're in a slump.
And actually, it's only 5 wins in the Xfinity car from this season's Racers Elite Series. So maybe this is just this is something different for Nathan. Maybe he just said, you know what, this has just really worked out for me. I like this car again.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the perfect storm, I don't drive the Xfinity car much, to be honest with you, so.
No, I don't either. It's for one, definitely not an easy car. So, but I plan on doing a series, a league in it soon. Unfortunately, I can't do Racers Elite. We're here broadcasting it, but those of you listening to us talk about how much we enjoy it. If you are interested, make sure you check them out, racerselite.com. They've got their next season's coming up soon.
Yep, I can't remember if the Cup Series is filled up already, but there's plenty of room in the Xfinity Series for sign up, and I think there's some trucks as well. Yes.
And then the Super Speedway Series on Saturdays.
Then you got this Stafford.
The Stafford
short track season coming up in October as well. So
man,
a lot of things for Racers Elite coming up.
I would love to do that, but I'm just so bad at short track racing.
Yeah, I'll just watch it.
Well, Stafford's you would say somewhat officially my home track because I'm a Connecticut native, so Stafford would be my home track if you think about it. I think I'm closer to Thompson, but you get the idea.
We're going for this conversation. Stafford's your home track.
Granted, I'm trying to convince Rebecca here to for us to go to Connecticut next year for the truck race for Lime Rock Park.
That would be cool. I was kind of excited. I was kind of excited when they released the schedule and saw Lime Park on the truck series.
I wasn't expecting it at all. I was like,
I wasn't either. I didn't hear no rumors of it or nothing. No. It's just like, wow, this is gonna be cool.
I was like, I'm going home next year.
I know, and you got the Xfinity and the trucks coming back to Rockingham, so they put a lot of money in that place. So on Easter weekend, that was huge.
I love Rockingham so much.
Maybe, and it is a fun track to drive, whether it's truck. I've actually drove the Xfinities on there too. Any vehicle you race in Rockingham, it's just a ball to drive.
Oh,
it's tough.
Without question. I've had a lot of fun in those races. I did a next gen race there once where it was really, really bad. I'll be honest with you. It was a caution fest. Literally the race ended because of darkness. Also,
they need to do a rescan since they put lights up down there. So
that's right. Well, we saw Atlanta. Atlanta just got lights up finally here on iRacing.
Yep, I haven't. I want to go test drive out. I think Racers Elite actually has a special race coming out Sunday at Atlanta at nighttime. So
they do. And Andrew actually was just mentioning the league owner here, of course, running back here in the 6th position. Andrew mentioned that right before the broadcast started, he went ahead and just jumped into a little test session. He said it looked really good, so he liked it. And I would love to see
into that race.
And that race is what day again?
Sunday, I think.
Sunday, right?
Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that's right. I'm not home Sunday, unfortunately.
Let me double check to make sure.
I'm not home this Sunday or next Sunday, I think. We'll see.
Where is it at?
I don't know if I'm home. I probably have to broadcast it instead of racing it.
Yeah, I might try to race it. Let's see.
Oh, Slauson and Pointer are all over each other here.
Ooh, close battling right here for the third position. It is 260 laps this Sunday at noon, or 10 till noon. Broadcasted here by us at Sim Racing Media, and they'll be racing the next gen Cup car. So
Gotta save that right front tire. You gotta save that right front tire.
oh man, yeah.
And it looks like whatever problem Richard Odie had, he's out of the race himself as well.
Yeah, so he might hope maybe technical difficulties. I hate that for him, but
Let's see what happened.
Nathan Mann has opened up almost a 2-second lead over Logan Joyner.
I don't see nothing here, but yeah, maybe
No, it was a
Well, we saw Logan kind of go out and put some bad fast laps to start that run. I wonder if that's costing him now even more.
no, it probably is, to be honest, because Nathan was 2/10 quicker than Logan Joyner at last lap, so he might have pushed it a little bit too hard to start that run to get away from Nathan Mann, but.
Because that previous lap, Nathan was 2/10 quicker, and Logan's gonna come down pit lane. Oh well, actually, Nathan's gonna stay out an extra lap here though, because this is on cue. It was right after the 35 mark.
Their window right here. So Dennis Kane's already been in pit road. So Logan Jordan's the first of our leaders hitting pit road, and Todd Slauson's in as well.
Yeah, Todd Slauson gonna make his way. Now he had pit 33, so he had to extend this a little longer, I think, than even he wanted to. But
Yeah,
kind
Lee
of just
Campbell's in.
get back in with some of this. Yeah, Lee Campbell's in, and here comes Nathan Mann just a lap later.
Yep. So Nathan's like, nope, I'm coming in. I'm not gonna give up too much time to you. So
Yeah, so I'm just a little surprised.
I would figure they wouldn't come in till like 72 or almost 75 at the latest.
Here comes Nash Pointer, so he's going to assume the lead here. Now as we get on to lap number 71. Puts us right at 35 laps to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do math for once. Yeah, 35 to go.
Andrew Teff is in as well right now, so
Yeah, he'll make his way down pit lane here.
so these cars have been spread out tonight. That's what the expected racers elite races, to be honest with you. I mean, hard racing, spread out, and very few cautions. So
Yeah, I mean, and so this is the scenario. You're put into this situation where you don't get many cautions, but if you're Nash, if you're Honeycutt, anyone that's further down, it's not gonna do you any good to pit at the same time as them, right? So you stay out, hope for a caution, hope somebody spins it off of pit lane, coming on or coming off.
yeah, I mean, we saw Sanfilippo not come into pit lane a little too hot and hit the wall, but you never know. Somebody might come in too hot, spin out, and bring out the caution.
Honeycutt come down pit lane. Looks like he's pretty safe. And same with Truth.
Truth Hope coming in. Brandon Honeycutt
Jesse
in.
Fox.
Jesse Fox. Woo!
He
That
got to
was
slow
close.
down. He was down to 40.
He did. Them right rears are locked up.
And that's another thing. Coming down pit lane here, I mean, the fact that Sanfilippo was the only one on that previous run to not have any issues, because pitting on old, wore-out, hot tires, it is not easy. I can tell you this much. It is bad. I can't do it.
You can practice entering pit road during practice, but until them tires are hot and on the end of their life cycle, it's not going to prepare you for it. as we see Logan Joyner pitting in a lap earlier. Nathan Mann has retaken the lead when the pit cycle comes back around.
Yeah, just about half a second, but there it is. Nathan Mann going to put down his fastest lap. Is Nash Pointer going to finally make his way down pit lane here. And well, so we'll have a battle for the lead possibly again. And oh, Alex Teff is saying that he had an issue.
Oh, Alex Teff has crashed.
Oh, he's loose all the way to the corner. And he was our biggest mover of the race. Wow, I can't believe they didn't bring out a caution. Oh, he got it straightened out. Well, I'm very surprised they didn't bring out a caution.
Yeah, he's on the apron right there. That's why I didn't bring a caution out. But yeah, I am amazed.
Looks like he got it back
going. Good job for not hitting nothing.
Yeah, got it. Good job getting it back going, but it definitely cost him time-wise. I tell you one driver, San Filippo is really hoping for a caution, you know, to make up for that issue earlier. He can go probably a few more laps, but I don't think he wants to stay out there much longer.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 37, so he's getting close to his fuel tank being dry here in a little bit. So he would love to see a caution right now.
Yeah, he is at this point anything there. Your top 10 is still on the lead lap as Branston's finally going to come down pit lane.
On cue. All we got to do is talk about him.
Yeah, that's all it takes. I said, we got something done right here. There you go. Andrew Teff, he's going to put down his fastest lap here of the race as well.
Wow, Andrew with a 33.53.
Now, I'll tell you this much. Nash Pointer, his fastest lap is a 33.43. It's actually faster than Nathan Mann, a 33.45.
Wow.
So put these guys back together, and you know what? That 5 may have something to contend for those top 2. So if a caution comes out, I'll look out that 5.
I mean, he's got the fresher tire of the bunch, so might as well say 6 laps fresher tires in the front too. So no caution just changes everything as it normally does.
Should allow him to get past Teft and Slauson, and then with Andrew or Alex Teff's problem, I'm coming down pit and having to and spinning out. That would put his brother Andrew to be your biggest mover of the race up 4 spots. Might be 3 in a moment. Once the fresher tires get around him, but overall, Andrew's our biggest mover up 4 spots. Doing pretty good job there.
Yeah, good. I mean, they've not been a lot of comers and goers tonight. They've all kind of ran where they started the race at.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those tracks that I said, you know, I love it. It's so much fun, but it truly is so hard to pass. And the reason why it's so hard to pass everyone is it's not because there's no room. You know, you can go top to bottom. But the problem is that to hit that perfect line, to hit the lap that you feel comfortable with, you need all the racetrack coming off of the turns. And since you're side by side a lot of the times, it makes it really difficult to be able to do that. So it's why a track again like this in Darlington, you see that 98 try to put a little bit of the block on the 5, where your biggest bonus is truly being able to just kind of back it off and allowing the track to come to you. Just race the track, as they say.
Yep, that's exactly right. You got to race the racetrack here, you know. Like you said, that car on the inside, you're just pinching, you know, you're cutting your wheel so much getting off the corner, you cut speed off. So you just got to pick the right time to make the set up for your pass, and hopefully it sticks.
So, you know, that's one thing I've learned in dirt and in... Oh, you see that 5 get loose?
Got loose before he blinked out there.
Yeah, he's still there, but wow, you saw that front end just shoot to the top. Oh, man, I thought he was for sure that could be bad.
Yeah, that could have been real bad.
But one thing I've learned in doing this dirt oval and this road racing, as I mentioned to you lately, is the importance of setting up the pass and being and knowing how to do that. And it's all about you really are doing it sometimes a couple laps ahead of time, but also having to do it without getting past in the process.
Yep, I mean you're exactly right. So say you're going for a pass, you got 2 cars behind you, and you're not able to make that pass, and you slip or up or something, you're losing 2 positions. Them other 2 cars behind you will pass you. So like you said, you got to think ahead a couple laps. Say I'm going to set him up here, do this or do that. So you've got to use your brain. I know sometimes some racers don't have much of a brain because Nathan Mann looks for the lead right there. You've got to use your brain in setting stuff up.
Yeah, whatever's left of there. Let's go ahead. You see these leaders they battle. They are coming up here on Dennis Kane in that number 4. Going to be a lap down from the 9th position here. Is he just going to stay to the outside? Mm-hmm. That's that respect you have here in the Racers Elite.
Oh yeah, they'll move
Nathan
out of the
catches
way.
them at the worst spot though.
Exactly. It just.
But yeah, great respect for these drivers.
Pointer's still blinking on us a little bit here as Sean Dunaway's looking to close up the gap on him.
Yeah, Andrew's now put off about a second or so on Pointer, and so I wonder if Nash decided to finally back off, or maybe just used up a little bit of his stuff in those first couple laps.
Yep, he could have backed off a little bit and said, "I'll just catch you later in the run." So,
or Andrew just said, "You know what?
About 20 laps to go here." So.
Andrew said, "Screw this! I'm gonna get away from you. I gotta go."
That might be what Andrew said.
Well, I mean, you mentioned there 20 laps to go, so and that's one thing where some of these drivers, you're like, man, I just want to be able to make it to the end of the race already. Just get me out of here. I'm tired. It's a lot of sawing at the wheel you do at a track like Homestead for these long green flag runs, and then you forget that the final green flag run is still the same amount of laps as the other ones were, so you can't push it too early. Trying to just want I want to get home. I want to be done because you're gonna ruin the end of the race.
Oh, excuse me.
Like you could be top of the board, but you push it too hard there, it's just not gonna work out for you.
Yeah, but we've got a new leader now. Nathan Mann has overtook Logan Joyner for the lead. So, but like you said, you gotta pace yourself, but have a quick pace. And that sounds horrible, but you said it right. You can't push yourself too hard and lose up in the end, because the way they broke this race up tonight is 35 laps for the majority of these people. So
another situation here, I guess actually with Logan leading those extra laps, it's not going to be a most laps led for Nathan. And here comes Nash right back on the bumper of Andrew. So I think maybe he just got a little bit loose, maybe tagged the wall a little bit and had to kind of gather himself again.
Yep, and he looks on the inside of Andrew coming off of 4 here.
Andrew's going to let him have it too. He's like, yep, just go on by. And you got 5 lap fresher tires.
He's like, I'm not going to fight you, so.
Yeah, that still leaves Andrew in a nice spot right here in 5th. And he pit only a lap earlier than Dunaway and a lap later than Campbell. So he should be all right to kind of hang on here for maybe a top 5.
Yeah, should be. I think he'd be all right. Andrew's pretty good at saving tires and saving fuel, so
but
he knows when to race and when not to race.
Sean has been pretty quick himself today too. We saw him on the long run as well. You already see that 98 kind of going to the bot. When you see them coming low off of the turn, you wonder why it is that they got loose and they caught it, and they're kind of just letting it float to the bottom so that you minimize that tire damage.
Yeah, and of course that time Andrew just drives it right up to the wall almost. So. And then you don't want to spin your tires to get that rear end loose too much, because that will eat your tires up bad and makes for a long race for sure.
Especially when you're at the end of the race, you're just like, I wanted to be over, and this is you get more frustrated. That's when you make your mistakes, and it's
Cautions come out.
Well, I mean, and even if a caution doesn't come out, you think about it. If you're 80-something laps into a race, all this work, you're tired, and then you make a mistake now.
Yep.
It feels like all that work was for nothing.
Yep, like I said earlier, it's a mental thing as well, so if you've got an ill-handling race car, your arms are going to get tired, as Sean Dunaway makes the move on Andrew Teff.
I may have spoke too soon, I guess.
You gave him the curse. You gave him the curse. This racetrack will wear you out too. Like you said, you're sawing the wheel back and forth. It'll wear you out.
Well, I think, and I mentioned it earlier. Where for Andrew actually that second run, he was a little slower at the end of it, and it felt like maybe he had pushed it too hard, or didn't save as well, and Maybe just didn't adjust well on this run either, which is I'm guilty of doing all the time. Where
Oh, yeah.
it feels
And
like
you don't know.
you don't know what you're doing wrong. Yes.
No, you don't know it until it's too late when your
Mhm.
car starts sliding everywhere. Like, man, I thought I saved, letting off the corner a little bit earlier, dragging the brake a little bit. You're like, man, I thought I was doing great, but
Somehow it's worse.
yeah, oh yeah, I've done that many times.
Oh,
Like, man, I
man.
thought I was doing great, but
That's frustrating too, because you're just like, man, and you're just there like, what do I do?
like I did everything I was supposed to, but what lines you run matters. So it's a lot of different things that can save your tires and everything.
And also where you run on the racetrack, and I almost wonder then, I guess, just that high lane just hasn't seemed like it's been as advantageous as you typically would have here at Homestead.
No. You brought a good point up. Nobody's really running the high line that much right now. Everybody's stuck in the bottom 2 lanes. I mean, some of them ran the high line to begin their race with, but for the majority of their race, everybody's in the bottom 2 lanes.
And oh man, all of them almost got into the wall. San Filippo was the only one who didn't.
Yeah, they gave us only one. Well, see, even these guys, I mean, they're running the bottom. I mean, I never really thought of that until you said something. Come on, Alex. There we go.
But I think it's because the leaders are behind him is what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, just being respectful. I don't know. Well, also, maybe it's like, hey, just run your line. But let's see. He's on the high side here. That wheel working.
He looks like he's got a good car running the high line. Just a little bit.
So easy to do.
Oh yeah. Especially when the tires are gone, it's so easy to just slide up the track. Look how much Honeycutt's put in that.
Oh, he's trying to make a pass there, Lee Campbell.
Oh.
That thing was 90 degrees to the left.
Wow.
Can I put a petition, Brandon? Whoever paints your cars, can we get your roll bars painted in that teal color?
Yeah,
that would stand out so nice.
That would, wouldn't it? Ooh, he's hanging on for dear life right now.
Heard that
He's
throttle.
loose. Look how much input he's putting on his wheel, though.
He's still throttling it almost into the Geico restart zone. It is extremely tight on entry and then extremely loose on exit.
See him turning the wheel all the way to the right, then back to the left.
And so how you drive, and for you guys, watching, how you know it, yeah, listen to going to 1. You hear all that tire screeching. You see how hard he's yanking at that steering wheel. That's showing how tight it is coming into the turn with the speed you're carrying. And then you hear the feathering of the throttle, and just like where Troy mentioned, where the steering wheel going back to the right, that's showing how loose it is. And it's so hard as a driver to really adjust and figure out how that works.
Oh yeah, because your car's acting 2 different ways in one corner, or 2 corners, One you're tight and one you're loose going off. But let's look at Nathan, see how his car's doing.
About the same amount of throttling off the corner.
Yeah, he was feathering it as well, so.
Makes sense after that. Last time around, Honeycutt was only 2/10 off of him.
Well, loose is fast, so.
Yes, it is.
Let's see how much. He's not putting much wheel in it like Brandon Honeycutt was either, so.
Yeah, you see he's kind of diving in earlier into the turn. He's kind of just like letting it just float into there. Yeah, so look at the way he comes out. He comes down the straightaway. It's a little bit more of a diagonal approach.
He's coming into it late.
Yeah, just a small turn of the steering wheel off of the wall.
Yeah, taking the late apex. There we go. Gosh, I can't talk.
He's still throttling it down the stretch too. he's still having to throttle it off of 4, even when it's almost completely straight. That is unreal how loose these things are.
I mean, he is almost a half a second quicker at last lap than our second place person, Logan Joyner.
Yeah, Logan's just he's stuck in some traffic too, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It's what's probably hurting him. 'Cause I was like, man, he's half a second off of his teammate right now. But yeah, he's also stuck behind. Oh, you see one car down to the bottom. What a great save. I think that's theft.
I don't think his car is supposed to went that way. I don't know if he got out of the way or what, but
Alex Steffi, I don't know either, but ooh, man, that was close. What a view if you're Logan.
yeah. Logan's taking a shallower entry than Nathan was. Oh, loose come off the corner. Let's see if he does that in the turn 3. No, wrong turn 3.
Yeah, he's gonna stay a little bit maybe to the middle here, kind of stay into that rubber, right? You see the middle of the track.
Truth Hope is in front of him. Truth's running in the 9th position right now, which he's tied for the biggest movers of the race, actually up 3 positions.
Yeah, along with Nash Pointer and
Nash, so
Andrew can go back and get that spot from Sean. He might have it too, but Alex actually he's on pace to possibly pass Dennis Kane, so he'll also be up 3 spots.
tied for the biggest movers of the race.
You know what's even better? One's a Ford, one's a Chevy, one's a Toyota. There you go.
Parity, that's what we like, ain't it?
3 to go here. And man, Nathan's taking off.
Past couple of weeks, man. It's 28 cars of one car that everybody's been chasing after.
Yeah, he came into this playoffs and he said, you know what, 1 win's not going to be enough. I need to start off with 2. Maybe not quite enough, though, for him. He needs a little bit more than that.
Let's just go for the hat trick.
There you go. It's one way to start off a playoff. So you're going to come off of turn 4 now. Going to be coming to 2 to go. But right in front of him, he's still got a battle for that 7th position.
And Lee Campbell and Brandon Honeycutt are fighting hard. And you got San Filippo, but he's in 11th position, so...
Yeah, so actually he could help his teammate a little bit here if you wanted.
Yep, you beat me to the punch on that. So.
12, 13, and 14 as well for car numbers.
Oh, Lord. What's the odds of that?
Not great because...
dives to the inside. Ooh, kidding.
That's the only 3 pairings of numbers that we could possibly have in this race. So, it doesn't look like though Honeycutt. Oh, you see a Honeycutt there, high and then just cut down off of the turn. Oh boy, that's loose. So that's not gonna help.
No.
White flag here for Nathan Mann. It was we almost forgot. It's coming down into turn number 3. Go ahead and take us away for this one, Troy.
Yeah, Nathan Mann. I mean, it's the same story we've had the past couple of weeks here. So get used to familiar face in victory lane as Nathan Mann brings it out of turn 4, getting the checker flag here at Homestead in the Racers Elite race number 3 in the playoffs. So Logan Joyner brings it home in 2nd. His teammate is Nathan Mann, and then Nash Pointer are bringing it in 3rd. That just shows you how big of a lead these guys had. Almost a 21-second lead.
Oh my gosh, that is unreal.
I mean, that's take behind the woodshed whooping tonight.
And I get it. It's 105 laps. You know it's over that time frame.
But like we keep saying, you just cannot make no mistakes. Like getting loose off of turn 2, like we've seen a couple of drivers. You just cannot recover. I mean, what a...
Wow. Alrighty. Well, let's well, is Nash in Discord? No, he wasn't last time.
I don't know.
No, he's not in Discord.
Nathan, they're doing donuts. I wonder if he gets tired of doing those.
I don't think so. I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. Ask that.
You know, if for those of you, you know, that Sirius XM, listening to the there it is.
The teammates. That's a good picture right there.
Listening to the no, that's not work. uh, um, to the drivers today during the interviews, for media day, and part of it was, you need to ask, what's one question you would like to ask the next driver. So they tell you, okay, so the next driver is going to be Chase Elliott or whatever. What's a question you would like to ask them that's non-racing related? And I think that'd be a good one. Maybe it's still racing related. We'll stick with racing related, but that's a good question to ask. Do you ever get tired? All right, let's go ahead and bring in his teammate though first. Logan Joyner, our second place finisher here. There it is. All right, Logan, this is Angel and Troy here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us.
Yes, sir.
We got you. Nash is in the waiting room. So Nash, if you're listening, I see you. We'll get to you. I just pulled Logan in. Sorry, Logan. Nonetheless, you started on pole. I'll get that correct this week. And you're gonna lead most of the laps. Coming home second though, to your teammate there, Nathan Mann. Walk us through this race, because you two just you two just put the butt whooping on the team, the entire league today.
Yeah, definitely. He was obviously faster than me. I still, to this moment, don't know what he was doing different. He was driving in harder in the corners than me, and somehow still like managing to save his tires. So props to him for that. I couldn't figure out what he was doing. I tried to short pit him on the last pit stop there, cheated a little bit just because I knew when he was coming in. So I tried to undercut him by a lap, but it worked out for a little bit, and then he just ran all over me again. So I don't know.
Yeah, man, you guys had the cars of the night. I mean, there was no other car that could touch you two. So was you and Nathan Mann's car set up pretty much the same, or?
Yeah, and there at the end, I tried. I was just maybe hoping that I could try some different lines and maybe catch back up to him, and then there was just nothing in it. I think he walked me by like a whole straightaway on that last run. So I definitely messed up by doing that. I guess I should have just kept doing what I was doing.
I'd say that whatever Nathan was doing clearly was the right thing. Nonetheless, Logan, it's been great to have you out here for more of these races. Started on pole for the last two. I know your teammates battling for the championship, but I know you've really got to want to win there as well. So we got two more. We got New Hampshire and you got Richmond. What do those tracks look like for you?
New Hampshire, I don't have a whole lot of experience. I have quite a few races under my belt at Richmond, so hopefully that's a track we can get it done at. I don't know so much for New Hampshire. I'm sure it's going to be very tight. I don't do well with tight condition cars, and that seems to be everything with this car. So, if I could get like the season opener in Atlanta, it was a loose car, and it suited me very well. So if I could just get some loose setups, maybe maybe we could get some more wins.
I understand that one, John. I really do. This is definitely a very difficult card, of course, and especially this track combination making it that much more difficult. Logan, nonetheless, congratulations here on your second place finish. Who all do you have to thank, shout out for your podium finish here?
Yeah, definitely. My family and friends for watching. Shout out to Nathan, my teammate. Hopefully he goes and gets this championship done, and thanks for Jake Rowell doing the crew chiefing and spotting for us.
All right, thank you again, Logan, and we'll see if hopefully we're talking to you maybe next week in a surprise for Victory Lane. Then, if New Hampshire isn't quite your style.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks, guys.
Hey, good job. Good luck. Thank you.
All right. We promised Nash Pointer is here, so Nash, we've got you here. How we doing, buddy? You got us?
Yeah, I'm good, brother.
I'm happy I saw you there, even just a moment too late. But nonetheless, a great third place finish there. Walk us through, man, because I know the first two just kind of walked away from everybody, but it's not like you weren't that close speed wise to Nathan Mann. At least when in regards to your fastest laps.
Yeah, Nathan and Logan, man, they were just in another universe. And so I was just trying to go through the race, run my laps, and after that last pit stop, I ran it as long as I could. And so when I came out, I knew I had slightly fresher tires. And so I knew once they were that far, I was like, well, let's try to work our way up to third. So once I got in third, I started saving, hoping I got a caution, just never came. But I did see getting a little bit faster. I knew they were running it hard, but never got there.
Yeah, I can't imagine, especially the difficulty it was to just again as I mentioned just to get through. It's a difficult track, difficult car combination. Your fastest lap was actually faster than the leader of Nathan Mann. Logan had the fastest lap, but I think definitely something you can put your hat on there that you managed to find your way around this track faster than him. But you've also had some good runs here now, Nash. What do you think it's going to take us, maybe over the next 2 weeks to put yourself in victory lane before the season's over?
Yeah, man, I was really slow in practice, couldn't keep up with the pace. I tried everything, just couldn't quite get up there, and started to learn these tires get a lot better on the long run. And so these next 2 weeks, just got to learn the track. I need to get a little bit better qualifying next week, see what we can do there, but work on pit strategy and going our way up there.
I like the plan there, Nash. What do we? Who all do you have to thank? Friends, family, sponsors. Before we let you go celebrate this podium finish here.
Yeah, I want to thank Lakeside Animal Health. They're a huge help in my real racing and sim racing as well. And I want to thank my grandparents because I'm pretty sure they're watching.
There you go. We got to, of course, thank the grandparents for joining, and of course, again, congratulations on your second top 5 of the season.
Yep, thank y'all.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Threw them out too early, but nonetheless, Troy, I'm bringing Nathan in. I'll let you take us away.
Hey, Nathan, this is Angel and Troy in the booth. You got us, bud?
Sure do.
Man, you're making a habit out of this last couple of weeks. You've with the hat trick now. So I mean, don't you get bored doing donuts at the end of the race? Ain't you tired of that yet?
Never. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
Well,
I would have said if that's the case, Nathan, then just go ahead and tutor me instead. Spend your time tutoring instead of winning.
Yeah, where do we sign up for your school?
Yeah, I'll start doing the winning and doing the burnouts. I'll enjoy it for you.
No, man, you and Logan it's unusual to see 2 race cars just put a whooping on the field as you guys did tonight. I mean, what a performance you guys put on for us tonight.
Yeah, I felt like it was funny because the very first race of the season in Atlanta, it was kind of a similar story, no caution race, 1.5-mile track, and I felt like Logan and I were very strong with tire saving and everything. And yeah, just kind of the same thing tonight. I was trying not to put too much pressure on him, but I didn't want to give up too much of a gap back to the 3rd and 4th. For a while, especially on the first run, they were hanging with us for most of it. At least in terms of the gap was maintaining a pretty constant rate there. But it was I knew the longer it stayed green, as it's been in the races that's happened so far this season. I feel like that's where I can really shine and really save a lot of tire for the long run. And we hit our pit stops perfect this time, and nothing crazy there. I know that was an issue with me in the past, so I just try to play it nice and safe tonight. And I mean, I think both Logan and I just had insane pace. I don't know
Yeah,
where it
you
came
guys
from.
did.
But we were just, I mean, it was like we were going, racing at Daytona there for a while. We were just locked up bumper to bumper, lap after lap. So it was a blast though tonight, just, really being able to dial in. I was actually just talking with Nash in the waiting room, and we were both talking about how insane the car felt on the on cold tires at the beginning of a run. It really took about 7 to 10 laps to really, get in a groove and get a little bit of wear on the tires to where you're not feeling like you're going to wreck it coming out of every corner. But I mean, it was a perfect night for Budweiser Racing for sure.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it looked like he was just maintaining, like you said, first run, just staying on his bumper, and then after I think the first set of pit stops, y'all got like a 6-second lead over the 3rd place car, and it just increased exponentially, or whatever that word is.
Exponentially. I can't believe I can say it for once.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a 28 and 34 show tonight, man. I mean, he put a whooping on him.
Yeah, it was good fun, man. It was I really didn't expect it. I knew we had, good qualifying pace, but I really didn't expect to go that way. So yeah, and a lot of fun. It was definitely nice to just see us pull away and carry on with our race and just kind of race against the track from there.
Yeah, I think you now have a 29-point lead over Andrew in second place. So, are we going to
Yeah,
make it 4 in a row next week at New Hampshire?
that would be lovely.
I mean,
But
you're Tony
yeah.
Stewart it. You're doing what Tony Stewart did to
I was
him.
gonna
So,
mention that too.
Yeah, I mean, week after week, the goal, is just to try to extend the gap, right? Don't want to give anything back, if I can help it. So I've definitely been successful with that so far, right? 3 for 3. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop until I see the math work out that it's over. So
I mean, you've won half of the races you've entered so far this year.
yeah,
Out of 12 starts, you've won 6 of them.
yeah,
And
feel
you
like
have not
I've-
finished worse than outside the top 10. So, heck of a season so far, man. Anybody want to thank before we send you on your way?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks to you guys for a great broadcast, every week. It's always a pleasure that I get to come up and talk to you guys after the race. I like to thank my family, friends, my wife as well, always supporting every single week. I'm really hoping that next 2 weeks I can just have some solid finishes and bring it on home for them. Definitely mean a lot to me. Don't want to say anything too soon or anything, right? But yeah, definitely just going to keep having some strong finishes for them. And thanks to my team as well. Logan, we were hooked up all race. Both drove a great race, and Jake and Nick as well for some of the pit strategy stuff. Just making sure we're paying attention, to the laps and everything as they go by. Don't want to miss our pit
Just
window.
just mind your P's and Q's in the next couple of weeks, and you should be all right, bud.
That's the plan. That is the plan. So we'll try, like you said, we'll try to go get them next week. Try to do the old Tony on them, but we'll show up ready to go again next Wednesday.
All right, congratulations on your win, man. So enjoy it.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm going through just overall discussions here and in the
I haven't
Discord
looked at 'em yet.
for racers and
Oh gosh, I just
Jesse
see what
Fox.
Jesse said.
Oh goodness, Jesse, I love it. I
That's
love
awesome.
it. And I respect every bit of it. If it makes you feel any better, I don't think it matters because I fall into the C bracket of that poll, and I'm downright garbage too. So it don't
Okay,
matter.
let's see. I'm going to do the poll one now.
I voted. I'll jump into it.
I'm E in the poll, so
Oh my good. Okay. Oh, so you just under him. That's not too bad. That's not too bad there. Nonetheless, Jesse, I know it just takes practice and somehow, but I found that there's every age can come in here and just about kick someone's butt. I think so. It's part of it. We just learn, enjoy it. And it's always great to be able to race against people that are a lot better than you because it really just force you to get better.
Yep, you're exactly right. Prove your game.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and finish up ours here. Go ahead and bring up the final results here of the evening. We just finished speaking with Nathan Mann. Congratulations to him. Again, his 6th win of the season. Came into the playoffs with 3 and just won the next 3. So you mentioned half of the races he's competed in. If he wins the next 2 races, it'd be half of the season. So I'll see if he can do that. Logan Joyner, his teammate, in 2nd. Nash Pointer in 3rd. Todd Slauson 4th. And then Sean Dunaway going to round out there the top 5. Nash sounds a lot older than he is. Andrew Teft in 6th. Lee Campbell in 7th. Brandon Honeycutt there in 8th. Truth Hoke would finish in 9th. Jesse Fox going to round out the top 10. Brandon Sanfilippo would finish 11th after his pit road mishap. Dennis Kane in 12th. Alex Teft in 13th, Richard Odie and Alex Bergen going to round out the field there in 14th and 15th. They both exited the field. Odie told me he was having some issues with his modem, and he just didn't want to possibly mess up one of the drivers or anybody around him. So he just decided to go ahead and pull it off and be safe. So sorry about that. Again, mentioned the respectfulness, the league, and even he said, hey, everybody's so respectful here, and I think that's the least that I owe them. So I think it's a good shout out to someone to be able to look out for that, and shows you exactly what the Racers Elite really is, and what that's just how much respect everyone has for each other. Everyone just wants to have fun. So thank you again for joining us here tonight. Troy, this was a darn good race, Homestead, as it always is. We always have something that we get to talk about, something intense. And, I mentioned that where I jumped into the car before the race, and it took a couple of laps for that car to really kind of settle in. And, I'm glad these drivers, kind of said that same sentiment about it. And it just really shows the Xfinity car is hard enough to drive, and then you got to throw in just something extra into it. So,
oh yeah, well, even Nathan Mann said it took his car maybe 7 to 10 laps to really come in. So it's hard driving a car on cold tires. You want it to stick like it's supposed to, but most of the time it doesn't do what we want it to begin with.
No, it's not. You got to get that hot and stickiness going. Next week, we mentioned we head to New Hampshire. So very excited to be able to get to see that race. Of course, get to broadcast it for you guys. Tomorrow here on the Sim Racing Media Network, we bring to you the next-gen race for Racers Elite at Charlotte. Sunset race there, 105 laps, just like we had here tonight. Going to be a beautiful one. And, of course, Charlotte always putting on some great action as well. And then Sunday will be, let's see here, for the Gen 6s, they're going to be, they're finished up, They're finished up. The Tuesday trucks, they are at Kansas. Oh my gosh, that's got to be one of my favorite track and car combinations.
Oh yeah, Kansas is fun, so I'm looking forward to racing that Tuesday night.
Oh man, what a great day! So if make sure you are watching all the races on Racers Elite next week here in Sim Racing Media. We go from Tuesday trucks at Kansas, Wednesday night at New Hampshire for the Xfinity Series here, and then Thursday they're going to be at Talladega for that race. What is a great set of races next week?
Oh yeah, it's exciting times for Racers Elite. So looking forward to it.
Well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, get those bell notifications running so that you see everything going on here with the Sim Racing Media Network and all the great action we get to bring to you from the Racers Elite. Not just their Xfinity Series, but as we mentioned, their next-gen trucks, their Super Speedway, everything they got going on. Make sure you check them out, racerselite.com. They're, of course, as we mentioned, looking for new drivers for their upcoming season here soon. Myself, Angel Santiago, my broadcast partner here, Troy Thomas, all of us from the Sim Racing Media Network. Thank you all again, and have a great evening, and stay safe.